Gas to energy project construction to start by December. No textbook, no cash grant. Another missed deadline at the airport. And happy Carrick Home Day. I am Enrico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. While not giving a final price tag for the gas to energy project, the president has already concluded that the project will cost between 4 and 5 US cents per kilowatt hour over the course of its life. He also said that they have yet to determine the final cost because it hasn't gone to the final bidding process yet. Nevertheless, he urged the citizens to trust the government on this matter. Sorry, no offense, buddy, but I don't trust a politician as far as I can throw them. And while admittedly you look great with all the weight that you've lost, I still don't trust you none. Last year, Guyanese exports to the United States exceeded US $1.7 billion. U.S. Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch highlighted that the oil and gas sector is largely responsible for the earnings. Guyana exports non-monetary gold, fish and shellfish, bauxite, lumber, and wood, along with household goods to the U.S. Meanwhile, US $565 million was earned in imports from the US to Guyana. But just stop for a second, you see that? That is the look of love. Oh, you never lose any love for the person that helped you earn your first billion US. Ha-ha! The Ministry of Education is saying, no book, no cash. Failure to return textbooks loaned to children will result in parents being denied the $30,000 school child cash handout. This makes it arguably the world's most expensive deposit for a school textbook. A memo from the ministry said that parents and guardians will be charged a fee of $5,000 for each textbook lost or destroyed, and this fee will apply to those parents who cannot replace lost or destroyed textbooks. Chinese contractor China Harbour Engineering Company has once again failed to meet yet another deadline for the Cheddar Airport expansion project. Agile had previously announced a deadline of June 30th. However, during a media tour of the airport on Thursday, Agile stated that only minor works are left to be completed at the airport. And by minor works, he means a retrofitting of the superstructure and the installation of air bridges, which are expected to arrive in Guyana on July 16th. So, it seems like it's going to be another month. Maybe even 2. Who knows? Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale, this is 2016 Suzuki Jimmy Sierra 4-wheel drive. It comes with regular and low-range 4-wheel drive, Bluetooth, mag rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, back camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $3.4 million. Or pay as low as $700,000 down with around $67,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lama Street, and tell them you can send you for this sweet deal. Yesterday, 54-year-old convicted serial fraudster Gopal Tiwari was charged with scamming 4 individuals out of hundreds of thousands of dollars, just months after he was released from prison after serving a sentence for scamming people. Tiwari, who went by the aliases Omkar, Big Mike, Chris Bassard, and Mike Bassard, is accused of taking his victims' money after falsely promising to get them U.S. visas, imported new vehicles, and a house with land. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment on each charge, which will run concurrently, meaning that he'll be up and back on the streets, scamming people out of their hard-earned money in less than 2 years. Wow, no wonder people have no faith in this justice system. The police are currently investigating the suspected murder of 86-year-old Agnes Dillon. Yesterday, Dillon was discovered dead in her apartment with multiple stab wounds. The police said in a statement yesterday that the murder occurred between 5:30 Wednesday afternoon and midday yesterday in Mount Repo, East Coast Demerara. And yet another tragedy, but this time in the diaspora. On Monday night, 50-year-old Anne-Marie Reddy and her 15-year-old daughter Jasmine Reddy were killed in a triple stabbing at their home in Ottawa, Canada. The elder sister, 19-year-old Catherine Reddy, survived the attack. She was hospitalized with serious stab wounds as well as a gunshot wound. According to reports, she was hit when 3 Ottawa police officers shot and killed her attacker, 21-year-old Joshua Graves. CBC News said Graves' family related that he was interested in one of the daughters and had been told not to contact her. Meanwhile, Ontario's police watchdog is investigating just how the police ended up shooting Catherine in the process of shooting Graves. Just days after Dr. Anthony announced that Guyana is seeking to obtain Rona vaccines for infants and toddlers, American Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch has promised to make it rain Pfizer vaccines on Guyana, if we want it to. In response to the announcement, the president said that he will have the Minister of Health draft an official request for the shots immediately. So, make it rain, they shall. For the best crotch in Guyana, wait, that should read, for all sides of clutch disc and pressure plates for heavy-duty trucks in Guyana, check out Powered Automotive. Get this and other high-quality truck parts at the lowest prices. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles, or call them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Retired Assistant Commissioner of Police Paul Slowe has filed an injunction at the Demerara High Court seeking to block the recently reconstituted Police Service Commission from promoting any police officers until his legal challenge to the president's suspension of the PSC that he was heading at the time is determined. In May, the Demerara Full Court upheld a March 9th decision to proceed with the challenge, to which the Prime Minister, the Attorney General, and Police Commissioner filed an appeal to the ruling. So in response, Slowe has filed this injunction. 2 for 2 is nah obia, as the old folks say. Now for today's oil update. Consultant geologist Fazil Hussein believes that Guyana should also search for oil and gas onshore. Hussein was speaking at Suriname's ongoing oil and gas summit on Thursday when he explained that Guyana and Suriname share a geological space that contains a lot of oil and gas. While much of the oil can be found offshore, he believes that Guyana should consider exploring onshore as well, especially given the fact that Suriname has been doing this for years in the Saramacca district. In the past, companies have drilled in the Takutu Basin and in Berbice. Both efforts were unsuccessful. Now for this week's history segment. This year will be the 49th annual celebration of CARICOM Day. So that's the topic of today's history profile. Guyana became one of the founding members of the Caribbean Community, or CARICOM, when it signed the Treaty of Chaguaramas on July 4, 1973. This movement was actually the brainchild of the late Forbes Burnham. And today, CARICOM headquarters is located in Georgetown, I'm sure at his insistence. While CARICOM began as a community of English-speaking Caribbean nations, it eventually expanded to allowing Dutch-speaking Suriname and French Creole-speaking Haiti to join. It now has 15 member states and seeks to promote economic advancement in an environmentally responsible way. Well, CARICOM Day is celebrated on the first Monday of July in recognition of the signing of this agreement. So, happy CARICOM Day. Well, in advance at least. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, K-9 services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our uncut news, here's poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you fear it relates to us. Last night I asked who or what we should feature in our next Guyana history segment. And unfortunately none of you answered that question, so I'm very disappointed in that. But nevertheless, it's okay, you have another chance to answer tonight's question. But before we get to tonight's question, you can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about the concept of onshore exploration for oil in Guyana? Should we take a serious effort at it, or should we keep it strictly offshore? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out on Monday for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha-ha! Good night, folks.